Hello, this is the DFR controller of the A10VO pump. DFR because there's no bleeding here between the spring chamber and the case. So this is the spring chamber of the FR control, and this is the spring chamber of the DR control, which is the pressure cutoff. The DFR1 has a the DFR has a bleeding, but the DFR1 has no bleeding. Okay, so DFR1 plug, so that's plug, see? So DFR has a orifice, small orifice here to bleed to the DR spring chamber, because this spring chamber is open to case, see? So this is the drain port, the A port, which is the D-stroke piston area, okay? And this is the high pressure port, which is the system pressure or the pump pressure, okay? So pump pressure, D-stroke port, and case port, okay? So this is the DFR controller or load sense controller, okay, of the A10VO. Now the spool, if it is DFR, if it is a load sense type controller, the spool here is not hollow, okay? So you mean hollow? What do you mean hollow? Okay, hollow means the drilling from here is go through here, so like this, that one. So the drilling here, okay, is through to this drilling common. So this spool here is DRG type, it's a remote control type, okay? This one is a DFR type, okay, a DFR1 type or a load sense type, because there's no drilling. So if I remove that, there's no drilling. So the only drilling is this section here. This section in that one is common because pressure is acting here to push this spool, okay? So if there's no drilling, see here, there's no hole, means it's a load sense type spool, okay? So let's put this back. All right, now this spring here, okay, in the load sense spring chamber, okay, alone, the pressure is between 600 to 800 psi. So let's say 700 average, that will overcome. So that's the maximum spring force, okay, on the load sense spring chamber. So between 600 to 800 psi, just the spring alone, okay. In the cutoff or on the DR spring chamber, this one here is over 4000 psi. So that's why you can set this up to 280 bar. That's the standard DR pressure or the pressure cutoff, okay. Now, what is the difference between the DR control and the DFR control? Okay, the DR control is only this one, this bottom, okay. So when the control valve, okay, when the control valve, let's say you set this to 280 bar. So when the control valve is closed, because your pump is in the max stroke at neutral, what happened here is the pump will create pressure, okay, because the valve is closed. Then the pressure is acting in this area here at the rear, because once again this spool has a drilling. See that hole? That is common to here, okay? All right. So if DR alone, okay, the pressure acting in this at the rear of the spool, okay, this side. So when the 280 bar is reached, then what happened is shift the spool, overcome the spring. So the system pressure and the stroke port is now open. So when this happen, the pump will de-stroke because the de-stroke piston area is larger than the stroke piston area. So the pump now is in the cut-off mode, which is 280 bars, okay? But the displacement of the pump is minimum just to maintain the 280 bars. So the difference is you have high pressure but low displacement. in neutral position when there is no actuation, okay, between cylinders and motors. The good thing in the DFR is at neutral position when the valve is closed, okay, so you set this spring, let's say there's a two setting, depend which one you set, standby or pressure differential. So let's say at standby pressure, the standby pressure, by the way, is 1 to 2 bar higher than the pressure differential setting, okay? Let's say you set this to 20 bar, okay? So the standard setting is between 14 to or 10 to 22 bars, okay? That's the adjustable of the standby, but the standard setting is 14 bar, okay? So that's depend on your application, okay? So let's say the standby pressure, let's say 22 bar, okay? Some application they have higher setting, but again that's depend on the application. Let's say 22 bar only. Now the DFR or the load sense controller, the downstream pressure between the control valve is sensed to the port X, okay? The load induced pressure or the downstream pressure is sensed to the port X. Port X here, or via port X, this one, this plug here, so I just put plug, but that's the X. The downstream signal will pass through that port X port and then act in this chamber, okay? There's a signal coming in, okay? That's the downstream signal. The downstream signal is coming in to the spring chamber of the load sense spool or FR or flow compensator spool via port X. Now, if the control valve, okay, let's have a circuit later, okay? If the control valve is closed, okay, there's no actuation, there's no engagement, meaning the port X or the spring chamber is equal to zero pressure, which is the tank pressure, okay? So meaning the force that remain here is the force of the spring, which you set to 22 bar standby. So because the pump is in max stroke at neutral, all right, so the pressure will create behind this spool, and then once the 22 bar will overcome the force acting in this spool will shift. Watch out, see here, P and D stroke, this is common to this stroke, see here, that's open, and then that's D stroke, okay? Let's go like that. So remember that this is orifice, by the way, for the stabilization, guys, okay? Now the pressure will increase up to 22 bar to overcome the spring force. Once that overcome, the spool shift. Then, have you noticed I put line here? That's the maximum travel of the spool during standby. What happened here is the system pressure is common now to your D-stroke, but the pressure is only 22 bar instead of 280 bar if it is DR controller only. So this is the advantage of the load sense, because at neutral position, the pressure is only standby, not the cut-off pressure, okay? So once that happen, the D-stroke piston will move to the left. Because the area of the D-stroke piston is higher than the stroke piston, then the pump displacement will become minimum, enough to maintain that 22 bar pressure standby, okay? So that's the difference between with a load sense controller or with the flow compensator controller, or by pressure cutoff alone, okay? So that's basic, okay? Now let's go to the circuit, okay? And I will draw the pump circuit and with this controller, then how actually the pump regulate according to the delta P, okay, created by the control valve. Because the DFR or a load sense type controller, this one here, the flow will varied according to the delta P across to the control valve, okay? So the pump flow may be varied, so means it will regulate by means of a differential pressure at the actuator, okay? So I will show you how that works, okay?